In versions prior to Final Cut Pro 10.1, the Event Library and Project Library folders are required to live on the root level or main level of a mounted volume. You can see how the older version of Final Cut Pro 10 has separate Event and Project folders. Inside the Projects folder is where Final Cut Pro 10 kept track of your project information. So in this example, here are two projects. By clicking on the Events folder, you can see where the previous version kept track of your media. This means you had to keep track of separate Final Cut Project folders and Final Cut Event folders. Now, in the new updated version of Final Cut Pro 10.1, events and projects are wrapped into a single self-contained package called a library. This new library file can be located anywhere you choose. In this case, I've got a library located on the desktop. You can right-click on a library file and choose Show Package Contents. In doing so, you will see a folder structure that looks similar to the earlier version of Final Cut Pro 10. The major difference here is there are no folders named Final Cut Projects or Final Cut Events. The contents of both of these folders are now contained within the library package. So to help me explain, let's take a look at this Final Cut Pro project from the previous version called Boxing Promo. Instead of living within the old Final Cut Projects folder, it now lives inside this library package along with the associated media. The major benefit of this new functionality is you only need to worry about copying the library file when you are ready to move or archive your projects and media. Now, with that being said, I do not recommend changing anything within the package contents. It's best to manage your media directly through the Final Cut Pro 10 interface. Speaking of which, when it comes to managing your media in Final Cut Pro 10.1, there's one major rule you need to be aware of. When importing files into the event browser, you have the option to leave files in place, or you can choose to copy them into an existing library. If you choose to leave the files in their existing place, the library will only contain references to the media. So, if you plan on moving or archiving a library, you will want to make sure that you collect all the media. Let me demonstrate by importing some media and leaving the files in place. So now, here are the files within the Jamaica promo event. Remember, Final Cut Pro 10 is only referencing these files. To see what I mean, navigate to the Libraries window and right-click on a library and choose Reveal in Finder. Then, right-click on the library within the Finder window and choose Show Package Contents. From here, you can see that the original media has these curved hooks for each media file that is being referenced. These are called symlinks. If you were to move or copy the library file that contains symlinks, it will still reference the original location of your files. To fix this, navigate over to the library that contains your events and right-click on it. Then choose Consolidate Files. Final Cut Pro will then go out and collect all the media for the library. By reopening the Finder window while Final Cut Pro is still consolidating the files, you can see the curved arrows disappear as it gathers the media for each referenced file. So now you only need to worry about moving one file that will contain all your media and projects related to that library. For other great tips like this, or to enroll in the Final Cut Pro 10 training course, visit geniusdv.com.